by December 25. With this, our 100% corridor will be completed, and the real benefit which we have envisaged at the time of conceptualizing the DFC, definitely would be met. In detail, Ludhiana, Sonnagar, and Western Corridor from up to JNPT. This is about where the coal is coming, mining, and where it is transported. Just I've taken it. Because you are from the coal area, you know very well about it. Why the DFC has been conceptualized? You know that earlier, before the DFC, all the transportation, including the passenger transportation, is being carried by the railway network. And lot of demand, unmet demand, which cannot be taken up by the railways network, and lot of delays, and lot of that is why speed is very, very low. Second is that congested network, delay, lot of capacity augmentation work in the railway is basically not being pushed up and could not be done, and that is why dedicated freight corridor has been conceptualized. High operating ratio, you know that in railway is having about 12 lakhs employee, and operating ratio is about 98%. Of course, it is very, very, you can say, elephant-like type of organization, while DFC has been conceptualized with a very lean and thin organization. We are having only 5,000 employees, covering this about 3,000 route kilometer. In turn, if we convert into track kilometer, it comes to, because this is double line, about 6,000 track kilometer. That is a huge network, and I would say that is the most iconic project conceptualized post-independence. I've never heard such type of huge network is constructed anywhere internationally. High cost of operation and maintenance in the Indian Railway, and declining modal share, that is road share is going up and rail share is going down. And definitely the transportation by road network, as you are aware, that is not environmental friendly. But I do not want to say that we are a competitor for the road network. We want to complement the road network the way that we want, that in the interest of the reduction of the national logistics. This is the golden quadrilateral. I am just giving you a brief why the DFC has been conceived and what was basically the triggering point. You know, this is the golden quadrilateral. That is the 4 legs of the quadrilateral, and the golden diagonal, that is the yellow one. This puts together is about 10,200 route kilometer, and it is about 16% of the route of the Indian Railway, which is 67,000 route kilometer, and it carries 52% of passenger traffic. It is a very, very highly saturated network, and that is why it is not able to cater the demand, and it is carrying about 58% of the traffic. That is a reason that Government of India has conceptualized that we have to segregate the passenger network and the freight network, and that is why DFC. While you see that in the national, if you talk about the roadway, it is only 0.5% of the network, while carries about 40% of the traffic. Railway is the 4th largest network compared to other China, US, and Russia. This is a very, very important figure that you see that in 2021, our share was about 88%, while the road share was 12%. Over the period of time, because of the policy or because of the congestion in the network, it has declined to 26%, and against road is to 74%. That is not a right scenario, because transportation by road network is not environment friendly, and Mr. Devskar has told that railway transportation is the most environmental friendly mode of transportation. As you know that about 14% logistics cost of the logistics of the GDP is very high compared to what is happening in the world over, about 7 to 8%. And every year, that is a published data, I have taken it from the published data, about $45 billion is lost because of the inefficient logistics. This railway definitely is a multiplier effect. 1 rupee is about goes to 5 times. I will tell briefly about the basic design, that what different we have done compared to Indian Railway, how our capacity of transportation is much higher compared to what railway is transporting. Left side is railway and dedicated on the DFC on the right hand side. It gives a comparative chart. You know that about height, we are 66% higher. Double stack container on the western corridor, even on the eastern corridor, our height is slightly more compared to the Indian Railway. Width is about 14% higher. We can run wider stock. Trucks can be moved on the our rolling stock. Train length is double. Generally in railways, train length is about 750 meter, while on DFC, we have double. Our loop length is about 1500 meter, means that we can join two trains and we can run two trains together. It gives basically saving the path of the transportation. Train load 5,400 ton, while DFC 12,000, and we have experimented in combining lot many trains, 2 trains, 3 trains, 4 trains, and 5 trains. 5 trains is known as Vasuki, that 5 trains combined together, it runs together. Of course, not regularly, but we have experimented that how we can optimize the cost of, reduce the cost of operations by combining the train. Axle load in Indian Railway, maximum 22.9. What Mr. Deoskar is telling, CC plus 8 plus 2, of course it will come to 25, but most of the Indian Railway network is not fit for 25-ton axle load. Mostly it is 22.9, except the coal area. Maspani, Detari, all these areas, of course 25 ton, but most network is 22.9, means that we cannot carry more than 29 ton. While DFC has been designed with the future aim of 32.5 ton axle load. That is why we can carry about 13,000, 12,000 metric ton per train. Track speed, I already told, it is only we can run about 100 kmph per hour. Our maximum design speed 100 kmph, and average speed is about more than 60 per hour, kilometer per hour. Our gradient, that is ruling gradient, going up and going down, is milder so as to facilitate proper operation of the loaded goods train. Traction is 2 into 25 against 1 in 25. Why you have designed 225? Because this is energy efficient. Signaling, we are having a automatic block section, that every 2 kilometers we are having the signal, and it is automatic. While in Indian Railway, most of the network is absolute block. You know that in the absolute block and this automatic, our capacity is manifold. And we are also planning to get it more efficient, that we are planning to convert this automatic block sectioning to centralized traffic control, means that our control center, by sitting at one place, entire corridor can be operated by one portion, by one location. Distance of stations, because this is again very important, how we have reduced the cost of infrastructure. Our total project cost, for your information, is about 1,24,000 crores. It could have been more also, provided if you have not taken right steps in designing planning of the infrastructure. Our 2 stations distance is 40 kilometer, while in Indian Railway is about 8 to 9 kilometer. Means that we are 5 times further, 2 stations, because every station is having cost. Lot of manpower is required on every station. And of course, 40 kilometer, 4 stations have been eliminated. Our cost of manpower is comparatively much lower. And for your understanding, for the track maintenance and for the maintenance of the infrastructure on the railway, they take about 12% per route kilometer. With a 1 kilometer maintenance, 12% are required. While in DFC, we do it the same thing by 2%, because we are using modern method of inspection, maintenance, and monitoring, and operation and maintenance. Rails, we have used very heavy duty rail, that is 60 kg, 110 UTS rail, head hardened rails. That is very, very long life. After about 15 years, the rail needs to be replaced. Of course, we are also using very modern method of grinding. This life can also be increased by 25%, which we are doing. Curves, maximum 2.4 degree. That is more the sharper the degree of curvature, the lesser will be the speed. So we have designed right from the planning that we would not go for a sharper curve, maximum 2.4 degree, which is capable of taking the speed up to 100 kmph. Turnouts, very advanced turnouts. The turnouts we have actually designed and we have taken the help from one Austrian company. VKN is based in Austria. And this turnout is very, very important so that when the trains are negotiating the loop line, it can move at a higher speed, about 50 km per hour, while in railway it is about 15 km per hour, maximum 30 km per hour. So we can negotiate the loop lines by 50 km per hour. This is the maximum moving dimension. I already told that we can run wider stock and higher stock. This is the various basically strategic solutions that DFC can cater. That is, we are higher, heavier, and longer. What does it mean that? That higher stock, longer stock, and we run for a very long distance. For example, when a train runs from Rewari, for example, or for example, Dadri, Noida, and it goes right up to Makarpura, which is in Gujarat. It is about 900 kilometers. 900 kilometers runs in one stretch. While it is not possible in Indian Railway, because a lot of restrictions are there and a lot of operational problems are there. So we are running through about 900. And you can understand that we are reducing on the cost of manpower by reduction of number of crews, that is loco pilot, assistant loco pilot, and the guard, which is running the train. The cost of this manpower can be reduced considerably. So these are various items which is basically defines DFC as a game changer in the logistics cost and the transportation cost. These are some of the items that I already discussed. Economic growth, improved connectivity. We have actually, we are a super expressway. And we have designed our network so that various, and we are supporting the National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation, which is a separate PSU, which is basically developing various economic zones, and which is near about, from the DFC network, maybe 50 kilometer, 100 kilometer. So we are having our alignment at very strategic locations, and we connect to these corridors. Means that once our network is ready, it can create network of networks by way of creation of multimodal logistics parks, private freight terminal, private goods siding, and lot many things. This is another feature that what is the capacity of the train on the network. We have taken about 12-minute headway between two trains. And because we are having the automatic block sectioning, so we can run 120 trains per day in each direction, that is loaded direction or empty direction. While it is not possible in the Indian Railway network because they are running with the absolute block system. Of course, they are also having some automatic block section in some of the area, but our dedicated freight core is 100% on this concept. For the coal movement, presently 70 rakes per